Hello and welcome to the WRFL preview show. I'm Andrew Wilson along with Peppe Cavalieri. Welcome, Peppe.
Hello, Willow.
Let's start with TIV Division 1, Round 5, Caroline Springs taking on Hoppers Crossing.
Yeah, big game this one, Willow. 3rd versus 4th on the ladder, both with just the one loss so far this season. Hoppers Crossing a bit inaccurate last week in their win over Sunshine, so they didn't win overly comfortably, but probably should have been a little bit more. Caroline Springs' big win over Point Cook, 75 points. So they'll be confident going into this, but I think Hoppers so far been the stronger team.
Yeah, I'm with Hoppers Crossing as well. As long as they don't kick 7 goals 20 like they did last week. Deer Park take on St Albans.
Yeah, well, a really good game. This one is shaping as well. Deer Park obviously lost to Altona last week in the grand final rematch from 2019, so they'll be hoping to bounce back. St Albans, on the other hand, had to come from behind to beat Yarraville Seton Eagles, so showed some spirit in that game as well. But I just think the Lions will be a bit too strong in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the Lions as well. Did you know that we both tipped against Deer Park last week and we had a rule that we didn't?
I kind of come and go with that rule. It's a good rule, though.
It is. We got it right, so well done to us last week. Sunshine take on Spotswood, both sides looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, incredibly, Spotswood 0-4, really struggling, although they've played some very good opposition through the first month. But I suppose, you'd expect Spotswood to be winning at least some of those games. So it's going to be tough to make the top 5. Not impossible from here, Willow, but they need to click into gear sooner rather than later. They also need to get off to a better start. They were 49 points down at quarter time against Werribee Districts last week. Ended up losing by 56, so it was really the difference in the end, just off to a slow start. So they can't afford to do that this week against Sunshine. They're surely due, Spotty. I'm on them.
Yeah, I'm on the Woodsman as well. Werribee Districts host Altona. This is our match of the day on Win FM. So tune in from 1:30 on Saturday. This is a big game.
Yeah, it's a really big game, and it should be a really good game, Willow. The Tigers and the Vikings, obviously 3-1. Werribee Districts 4-0. Altona, so really good start to the season from both of them. Spreading the load nicely, the Tigers, they had 10 individual goal kickers last week, and you can't really go past Altona, though, knocking off Deer Park. So I just think marginally the Vikings, but should be a really good game.
Yeah, I'm on Vikings as well in that one. And the final game of TIV Division 1 is Yarraville Seton hosting Point Cook.
Yeah, this is an interesting clash because both are 1 and 3, 7th and 8th. So if they want to make a charge for the top 5 as well, a team like Spotswood, who are 0-4, there's a spot kind of opening up there for one of those teams that we haven't seen in the 5. And even for a team like Yarraville Seton coming up from Division 2 last season, there's an opportunity. But I just think the Eagles might have a bit too much class for Point Cook.
Right, I'm going to go with Point Cook to win that one. And a really dumb, useless fact about this week's Division 1. 1's playing 2, 3's playing 4. And then what we got? They're all playing each other. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10.
Well, you can dig up and see when the last time that was, Willow, if you want to do some extra work during the week. But I won't be doing that.
I'm not going to do that either. Just a useless fact for everyone out there. All right, round 5 in the Prestige Group Real Estate Division 2, Ordon and Newport, both coming off their first losses of the season.
Yeah, it should be a good game, this one again. Lots of good games across all divisions every week, it seems, Willow. So 3-1, both these two teams. The Hawks lost their first game of the season to Albion, who won their first game in a long, long time. We'll get to that. That's not a less useless stat. That's an interesting stat. We'll get to that one later. I think Ordon, though, will bounce back. Just maybe a bit too much class. Yeah,
I'm going to go with the Hawks as well at home. Point Cook Central's got their first win of the year last week. They take on North Footscray.
Yeah, and North Footscray will be disappointed. 80-point defeat last week to Parkside, who are the standout at the moment of Division 2. So I just think Point Cook Central's obviously it was an important win for them last week, just for their confidence.
Yeah, Sharks for me as well. Parkside take on Albion, who got their first win, was it, over 1,000 days since their last win. So well done to the Cats and everyone involved down there. But it's going to be tough coming up against the best team in Division 2 this season.
Yeah, it sure will. Parkside looking a class above at the moment. So I just think they'll get the job done. But don't underestimate Albion. We know they've been a Division 1 team for quite a while before this. So that win could have done them a world of good in terms of confidence. So you never know, but based on what we've seen the first month, I think Parkside.
Yeah, I agree. Parkside to win that one. And final game of Prestige Group Real Estate Division 2 is West Footscray taking on Vale.
Yeah, look, I think Vale will be too strong. They had a very good win last week, only a goal over Newport, but Newport have been in good form in the first month as well. So a good win for the Falcons last week. They should be too strong for the Roosters.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons as well. Division 3, Auburn Vale take on Sunny Heights. Auburn Vale, terrific last week against Braybrook. Sunshine Heights coming off the bye.
Yeah, so both these teams have had a break at some point in the first 3 weeks. So they're 2 wins, no losses each. So neither one of them, you'd think, unless there's a draw, will lose their first game of the season this week. I just think Auburn Vale, just home ground advantage, tips it in their favour for me, Willow, but should be a cracker.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cobras as well. Leviton take on North Sunshine, both sides looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, well, here's another useless stat for you. I don't know how it might be useful for some of you, but 224 points was the combined losing margin from both those teams last week. So they're both desperate to get on the winners list. I think, though, Leviton just a little bit too strong in this one, but desperation from both teams, who knows?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Leviton as well on that one. And the final game of Division 3 is Tarneit hosting Braybrook.
Yeah, this should be a really good game too. An important game for Tarneit, 1 and 3. If they lose, they'd slip to 1 and 4. I suppose it's equally important for Braybrook as well because they're 1 and 2. But they were quite good last week. But even though they were well beaten by the Cobras, who are a really strong side. So I just think the Brookers, trying to stay in touch with that top 2, Willow, need to bank a win here.
Yeah, Brookers for me as well. And Wyndham Suns have the bye in Division 3. This has been the WRFL Weekend Preview. Good luck to your team this weekend.